Hi everybody, my name is Tina and I'm one of the speech therapists at Charlotte Speech and Hearing Center. I'm making this video to show you some of my favorite books, and I'm going to explain why I like them and how you can use them at home with your kids. The first book that I want to talk about is Commotion in the Ocean, and the reason that I love this book is because rhyming words. Commotion and ocean. On every single page there are more rhyming words. And for kids, being able to identify rhyming words and coming up with them themselves is such a strong skill and will make them be such good readers later on. So this book has plenty of vocabulary. It talks about all the different animals in the ocean and the sounds that they make, the actions that they do, where they live. And on every single page, there are rhyming words. So while you're reading this one, something really good to do with your kids would be to read the page and then say, and have them looking at it too, and then say, can you identify the rhyming word with me? And repeating those rhyming words so they understand it. Commotion and ocean. So they're hearing this over and over again, but then also teaching them the concept of what rhyming words are. It means that they have the same ending sound or the same ending syllable. Some of the books you guys might be familiar with are these Mercer Mayer books. They are old, but they are so good. This book is called I Was So Mad. The reason that I like this book is because it talks about emotions and feelings. So this can be a really good book for you guys to have conversations with your kids about their emotions, about being mad, feeling sad, or feeling angry or lonely, and talking about why it's okay to have these feelings, what to do when we have these feelings. These books are really good. Not just this one, but they all have really good vocabulary in them. They all have a lot of different scenes inside of them, so you can kind of talk about where they are, what they're doing in these pictures. See, now he's outside, in the garden, outside on the house. So tons of opportunity for language and vocabulary growth, and love books talking about feelings. The next book I'm going to show you is That's Not My Sister. The reason that I love this book so much is because right in the title here, it has a negation. So not, that's not my sister. That is sometimes a difficult skill for kids to grasp, and we want them to be able to do this around age 3. So no and not and none. These are all negative words, and we want them to understand this concept of that's not mine, or that's not full, or there are no socks in my drawer. Skills like that are really important for kids to learn. And so this book is awesome because on every single page, you're using that not concept again. Another series that I really like is Amelia Bedelia. This one in particular, Amelia Bedelia's First Day of School. So picking topics that are relevant to what's happening in your life can really allow a good story to be told, to help your child feel comfortable going back to school, and just allow you guys to have conversations about going back to school. The other thing that I really like about this book is this possessive S, Amelia Bedelia's. So this is a skill that we want our kids to hear and see over and over again so they can learn it. We want kids to be using this possessive S around age 3. So finding books that have that will really help them develop that skill in their language. Another series that I really love, Fancy Nancy. And the reason that I love this book so much is because inside it will use big words, and then it will say, because Nancy is so fancy, she uses fancy words, and she will explain, I am ecstatic. That's a fancy word for happy. And so she uses big words, but then explains why or what that word means. And your child might already know what happy means. So if you say ecstatic and then relate it to the word that they do understand, it'll be easier for them to understand that new vocabulary. A really good tip on improving your child's vocabulary is to repeat the words over and over again. So if there's a new word that you are trying to get your child familiar with, or to have them learn this new word, is to repeat it all the time. They need to hear this word at least 6 times to really understand and know that word, and then have it in their vocabulary themselves. To us, it might seem repetitive and redundant to read books over and over again, but for them this is so beneficial because it continues to expose them to these new words and new concepts in the book. So if your child has a favorite book and they keep asking for it over and over again, that is perfectly fine. Let them do that. Another tip that you can do, which will also make it easier on you and reading the book, is to start having them read it to you. Do you remember what happens on this next page? What did he or she decide to do? I forgot. What do you think they're going to do? And have them really interact with the story too.